Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to the Pushing Buttons podcast. I did it again. I said weekly. The bi-weekly podcast relating to video games that we talk about our ideas, concepts, opinions, and experiences within said industry of video games.
Welcome back.
Kevin. I'm Kevin.
I'm Robert.
I'm Kyle.
I think we finally got this set up to a way that I'm happy with and we're all happy with.
That we're all happy with.
Yes.
And we're just going to have to take it down when we're done with this and reset it up perfectly in 2 weeks from today. That's going to be fun.
Getting down to a science.
I think we're getting pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's 6:24. It was 6:24 when we started that first video podcast. Remember? And you said we have to be watching it. Wasn't that exactly 6:24?
Oh, yeah, for the Game Awards.
Yeah, no.
I don't.
Wait, which one?
No, it was our first video podcast episode. And you said that now you'll remember that to watch it in sync with us, you have to watch it at exactly that same time.
I did say that.
Was that 24 or 44? I think it might have been
24.
No idea.
Previously on 44. I don't remember. Anyway, sometimes we talk about video games, and we're going to start talking about video games anytime now.
Absolutely.
And what are we talking about, boys?
Today, our main topic is reboots and remakes and remasters
And re-releases.
and ports
Oh,
and
yeah,
collections.
Collections might be going a little far.
Well, some collections have remasters in them.
Some collections are remasters, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the goods, the bads, the uglies.
The re-releases.
And we're also going to talk about ridiculous games.
Games that deserve not to be remade, maybe.
What I really want to get to at the
could be
end of
good.
this conversation is what games we want to have remastered or play remastered that
I
haven't
love
gotten
that idea.
treatment.
Yes.
I have, right when you said it, without even thinking about it, one popped in my mind. So
Nice. Before we get to that, as always, we're going to talk about what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. So, Robert, why don't you kick us off?
well,
I didn't put you on the spot this time.
That's fine. I didn't know what I did the last 2 weeks. I'm not prepared.
Oh, okay.
I will take the spot. I didn't do a whole lot. I did finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey finally.
Congratulations.
Okay, so
The
that's
other
200
night.
hours of your life gone.
No, it was only 105 so far.
Oh, my.
That's a pretty good time.
That's way too long.
it's
for
an amazing
Assassin's
time.
Creed.
Did you
I
play the
had-
DLC and finish that too?
No, so that was going to be my
okay.
next point. So that was the main game, Kevin.
Okay.
And now I
Juicy.
started the DLC. There's only 2 out right now, so I'm planning on finishing that, hopefully today and tomorrow, with the intention of, you're going to like this, starting God of War on Sunday.
I do like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am super
I
excited.
went to
So
my Ubisoft
Pushing
face,
Button
to my
Podcast
excited
Game
face.
of the Year
That was
for last year. Go watch
I-
that episode.
It was the Game Awards Game of the Year, but more importantly,
Spoiler
yes, it was
alert.
our
Spoiler
Game of the Year.
Our
alert
stamp
there,
of
but
approval.
that's okay.
so I'm
like 2
super
months
excited
ago.
to start on that, so I'm trying to power through the DLC.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, other than that, I didn't play any other games. I haven't played Celeste since last time. Like I said, because I've been trying to power through Assassin's Creed. That's it. Then it's been working. I've been still unpacking stuff from my move, and that's
Yeah,
been
they're
about
making
it.
good progress, it looks like. You still have a lot of work ahead of you.
I do, yes.
Yes, you do. What is
Yes.
that, by the way?
That is a picture.
Of who?
Sammy Davis Jr.
Dancing?
Yes.
Cool.
I wish you guys could see it. It's
I mean, I
amazing.
could grab it and
That'll
show
be our
the
background for
podcast.
next time.
I can show them right now.
That's all right.
You'll
I kinda want
spoil
to.
the illusion.
I kind of want to, though.
Well, you know where they can find it if they follow us on Twitter.
Yes.
Pushing Buttons P, because Robert's going to post it.
And
Yes.
Instagram.
And our eventual
We're not on Instagram
Instagram.
We will be.
By the time you watch this, we might have an Instagram, and that might be the first picture.
Kind of doubt it, but I would like to see that happen. I really
Challenge accepted.
would. And what about Facebook? Not as required, but
Is Facebook really a thing anymore?
yeah, it is. It's just not as thingy as it used to be.
Well, you have the login for that, so yeah,
Yeah.
I do too.
So you're going to be starting God of War soon.
Yes.
Nice. Finish Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Making good progress, I
Haven't
gotta
played much
say.
Celeste, but that's a game that is timeless, so you can play it whenever you want.
Exactly.
You know,
Also one of our
I mean,
favorite
to
games
ask
of
you
the year
this,
last year.
what are you picking up in the next couple months for games coming out? I know
The
we
only-
kind of covered them in our games coming out in 2019,
Yeah, we did.
Go back and
That's
watch that
exactly
episode.
what we did.
but are you buying any anytime soon?
I want to get Days Gone.
That looks incredible.
And that comes out in April.
You watched the trailer for that.
We did together.
You did.
I watched part of it.
It looks
with you guys.
impressive.
You did, yeah. And
Days
you
Gone
actually,
is a-
you've been mocking it for months. But
I'm
you
not
actually
things
said
that-
you don't know if you're going to get it or not, which is a change from, no, I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, well, if I get it now, well, obviously not now. It's not out
now.
now. But if I do get it, it's not going to be at release. It will be on a decent sale, I would say.
I gotta say though, I really like how they're copying Rockstar's way of marketing by like having a narrator voice over
like, the open world,
the features of the game. Because when I first saw it unveiled at E3, I didn't think much of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is getting me more excited to play it and try
Definitely
it out.
got me more excited.
Yeah.
And finding out that it's set in Central Oregon, where I used to live. So that was like the turning point for me. I was like, okay, I have to get it now.
I'm interested in that as well for that reason.
Yes.
I never lived in Central Oregon.
It's a wonderful place. It really is.
What a wonderful place.
I miss you, Central Oregon.
I just reminded myself of something I did over the last couple of weeks. But
What did you do?
what did I do?
Yes.
I saw a Broadway showing of The Lion King.
That's right. Happy birthday, Kevin.
It was a couple. That was good.
Bravo.
Bravo.
Happy birthday,
I didn't say
Kevin.
Oh, headphones.
Hey, yeah,
listeners.
yo, yeah.
Sorry.
Headphones
Sorry,
listeners,
people.
I am so sorry.
Kevin's talking about his week. Yeah,
They
Trying to.
enjoyed it.
I was trying to.
you're welcome.
That was 2 days before my birthday, but thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that.
Kevin turned 31 years old.
I did.
Props, you joined the 31 Club.
Bravo.
You'll be there in a few
I'll
years.
high five you when I get there.
Okay. We'll still be there waiting for you. We're not aging from this point. It's just.
Well, we're
I thought
young
that.
at heart.
Yeah.
I thought that at
Wait till I
14.
catch up, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
I was trying to freeze. I never freeze.
So, how was your birthday weekend?
It was good. I took a day off work, so I had a 3-day weekend. I didn't do a whole lot outside of seeing The Lion King. Went to a bar with the fiance.
There you go.
Had a couple of drinks. Not nearly what I would have a decade ago, but had a couple of drinks.
Man,
happens.
30s, man, you just start dying. It just goes downhill from
Oh,
here.
man. You're depressing me today, man. I love that laugh, too. I didn't really do a whole lot else other than that. I did start playing a new game. My Time at Porsche just came out
What's
of
that?
early access. It's a Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley-like game, but it's 3D like Harvest Moon.
A Zen game, as you put it.
Kind of, yeah. This one's less about farming and more about it. There's a story, there's a quest in there. It's more about just living. It's not Sims style living. It's kind of peaceful. You can play it at your own pace. You don't have to. You don't feel rushed to do anything. My problem with Stardew Valley and why I kept quitting playing that game is because I always felt like I was rushed playing those games.
Gotcha.
Like you have time limits, time frames to do for everything. In this game, there are side quests that you have to get done in a couple of days, but you don't have to do those side quests. They're just to build rapport with the people around town.
Nice.
I'm talking with my hands a lot right now.
Is this the game that you stayed up late playing?
Yeah, so
Okay. Oh.
I just got it on. Let's see, we're recording this Friday,
Yes.
so I just got it Wednesday. It came out Tuesday. I bought it Wednesday. I bought it Wednesday. Wednesday. And that night I played it for 2.5 hours. Thursday night I played it for. No, wait, it was Tuesday that I got it.
Okay.
Because it was Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I've played it for 3 days now. I put about 4 hours a night into it, so I'm about 12 hours into it. I stayed up till midnight on Wednesday playing
Respect.
Wow.
It's the first time
For an old
That's more
fogey
than I
like
can do.
you, that's pretty.
it's
That's good.
It's not a game that I've been dying to play. Like, I had seen it, and it's been one that Steam's been trying to recommend in my queue for a while for me to look at. The queue for Steam is games that Steam recommends to you that you can either add to your wish list, you can follow it for updates, or just ignore it altogether, and it won't show up again. It's been at the front of my queue for a couple of weeks leading up to its full release out of early access. And I finally started playing it after it came out of early access, and it's just one of those games that it's one more task. I'm just going to do one more thing.
One more grind.
But you can only save it when you go to bed at the end of the day. And if you still
Sounds
have
like Animal Crossing.
it's a lot like Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. I said Harvest Moon, didn't I?
Yeah.
I meant Animal Crossing. I definitely
I
meant
love
Animal
that
Crossing.
game series. I hope that the new one for Switch comes out this year.
I'm hoping
That'd be fun.
so. Yeah, I hope they don't just remaster an old one.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. See what I did there? Yeah. I'm hoping this episode's sounding so far better than the audio quality wise than last.
Well,
week's episode,
I
or
think
last
I stretched it out pretty well just now.
Oh, I was seeing the thing spike when you were doing that, so please never do that again.
Okay. I'll try not to do that.
Now you're just gonna be trying to make that face, the
what?
Kyle face.
Well, yeah, that's what the people want.
They haven't said that yet.
We the people want it.
Yeah.
Man, what else have I? Oh, I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I am almost caught up through where they are now, which they've got 3 seasons of season 6.
3 episodes of season 6?
Yeah.
You said 3 seasons.
3 seasons of season 6?
Yeah.
3 episodes of season 6. My bad. And it's incredible. I don't know why I waited until now. I think it's because of the buzz of it switching from Fox to NBC. Now the buzz started going for it again. So
Yeah.
and
Great show.
Andy Samberg was on Fallon, and
Nice.
I watch Fallon every now and then.
I like Fallon.
Yeah, so I'm like, I should really start watching this show. And God, did I ever watch that show? I went home for lunch today, and I watched 2 episodes, and I watched an episode of it this morning when I was getting ready for work.
You had time for 2 episodes?
They're 22 minutes each.
Oh, man. Oh, I guess because you're on your job, you're...
Driving around.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think that's about it. I don't think I've done anything else video game wise besides Isaac, which I'm celebrating. This particular background, by the way, was from a stream that my fiance and I did together playing co-op.
That was a fun stream.
I think Isaac is behind Robert somewhere.
Oh, wait, you can kind of see him in between you two right there.
No, I was pointing the wrong way.
No, he's right. He's right.
Right there.
He's right here.
Anyway, that was a fun use of a green screen right there. That would have been cool if you would have had a green sleeve.
I wish I did.
But you're pushing buttons blue.
Next episode, we're all going to be
100%.
wearing green. You're just going to see our faces.
What have you been up to?
Oh, man. Well, my brother and I finished A Way Out over the weekend.
Nice.
I loved that game. It was a great stream. I loved every second of it.
I'm going to be referencing Brooklyn Nine-Nine a lot.
That's okay.
That's okay. I'm cool with that.
Cool.
Did I mention that I played the remake demo?
The what?
The Resident Evil 2 remake demo? Did I mention that?
That you played it?
Yeah, last time.
I don't think you did last time, but you have at work.
Didn't it just come out today?
Oh, well, the game did.
Yeah.
But there's a demo.
Oh.
I played the demo for it, and I was really impressed with it. The PC version, well, I was testing out the settings this morning, like this today, for the main game, because it came out at midnight.
Yeah.
And it was kind of giving me like some issues.
De novo.
Yeah.
It's the de novo. Get DRM out of games that already have DRM. Steam is DRM inherently. It is DRM. You don't need de novo. You don't need third-party digital rights management software in your games.
No.
Capcom, and especially everybody else that does it. But Capcom too.
Anyway, I guess we're even now.
Didn't quite.
Well, I did a lot of
It's very animated.
Mortal Kombat 10.
Nice.
I was
saw
streaming that as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was hyped.
Twitch.tv/pushing buttons.
Yeah, good plug-in. Nice.
Plug it in. My mic stand is super wobbly.
Thumbs up.
That's cool though.
But I was hyped because Mortal Kombat 11 had a gameplay trailer that was showing off. Like,
There's a lot of footage of that.
yeah, it was really impressive. Like, I was really blown away by the graphic fidelity of it.
Yeah.
It looks really sexy.
I heard Ronda Rousey's voicing Sonya Blade.
Wow.
It's neither here nor there. But
Ronda Rousey's leaving the WWE.
it's not confirmed.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's definitely a rumor. And side note, because WWE or wrestling nerd here, it's as of the time of this recording right here today. It's more likely that she's taking time off after WrestleMania to start a family and then coming back later.
Oh, she's going to ruin that awesome body of hers by getting pregnant.
Wow. Wow. Starting a family is a choice that people take years to make, and you're just belittling it because of her body?
I
It's the opposite of body shaming, but I don't think it's any better.
Well, maybe
No
she'll
comment.
train throughout pregnant.
I just turned whatever he said to make it sound a whole lot worse than it actually was.
And I believed every second of it.
Yeah, it's kind of our dynamic.
It's our, our spoof of each other.
Spoof.
But yeah, she's still under contract apparently until 2021. So.
Gotcha.
It's going to be a good year.
But what was I saying?
Mortal Kombat 11.
10. That's what I was playing.
No, you were talking about Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, yeah. That's why I played Mortal Kombat 10, because it was on Steam sale.
Oh, nice.
And, pretty fun game. I never got around to it because of finances when it first came out in 2015. But I just love the Mortal Kombat games because they're campy.
We're all just shaking our knees.
It's
Can't
because
really see mine.
we're ready to
Can you
move
tell?
on to our main topic.
Oh, you can tell.
Well, that was my week.
Nice.
We're going to get into this.
Did you... I was going to try to segue, but I totally dropped because I started talking about shaking knees.
You could, Scorpion, get over here and bring the topic to us.
I like that.
Do it. You do it.
I can't do it.
You can.
No.
I believe in you.
I don't play Mortal Kombat.
I believe
I
you
can't
can
do it.
still say words.
All right, guys. Do I have to get up and do this?
Now you do, yeah.
All right, hold on.
Oh, gosh.
So what are we talking about right now? Oh, what are you...
Oh, come on.
He's trying to remaster the podcast right now.
Okay. Hold on. I need some props here.
Don't just go
This,
around...
this was not thought out.
Oh, my God.
No.
He's just finding
We're
whatever he
sorry.
can find in Robert's
We're sorry.
garage. Anyway, we're going to talk about some remasters, reboots,
I did my
re-releases.
job.
Yeah.
I did my job.
Yeah, he put us off track enough
he's
to where
back.
I had to reel it in.
you
This
go.
is how you reel. It's totally not like this. It's like
I
this.
scared them to death.
Sorry.
So there are very, very good time. I can't even do this now. Kyle's got me so just in the head. Good re-releases, bad re-releases. Who wants to start with what?
Yeah. Well, I know Kyle
What?
has been
What did I do?
has been pumped up about a very special remaster
That came
Resident
out
Evil
today.
2.
that came out today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had some very interesting thoughts about it earlier, about what it's
I-
going to do for the gaming industry.
Yes, I did.
I've been
Are
dying
you,
to
are
hear
you ready
this.
for
I've
this?
been dying to hear
Yes.
this.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Really?
Speak. Speak, boy.
I feel like this game is poignant in video game history. This particular game release.
So far, you haven't said anything.
If this game comes out and does incredibly well, it's going to create a new golden standard for remakes of games. I feel like.
How?
Okay, so you
'Cause
know how
remasters
movies,
right now are in.
remasters aren't the same thing. Those are re-releases, in my opinion. They're not actual like
A remaster
whole
is not a.
remake.
There's a difference between the Resident Evil 2 remake and the Spyro remaster, but remasters are not just re-releases. They're still a new game built from the ground up.
Well,
Specifically, Spyro and Crash, they were not just ported with new graphics. They were built from
they were remade,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is going to be the most successful one of all time.
How much does it change from the original Resident Evil 2?
Basically,
That's what I'm curious about because I never played it.
everything about it has been changed from the ground up, involving like the character dialogue and the enemy placement, as well as the main structure of the game, like the camera angle and the gameplay.
Okay, so it's a totally new game outside of the story.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the story is the same story beats, but with like some modern day.
Are these cameras whitewashing
Tricks.
us? I think they
Huh?
might be. I think these cameras are whitewashing us a bit.
You do look a little
Why?
paler than normal.
It's because of the lights, Kevin.
That's what I just said. Are the lights whitewashing us?
Yeah. They are.
Thank you for answering my question. Jeez, you're so just in my face about it.
Well, I was trying to, have more zaniness for the podcast.
You are the zany one.
You are the zany one after all.
We've established this.
Yes, we have.
So you think it's going to be like a new golden age if this one does well?
Yes.
If this particular remake does well.
Well, you've seen it with the movie industry. They've been remaking a lot of horror movies like It and Halloween.
That's all Hollywood does anymore, though.
No, but they've been hugely successful now that they're getting sequels to, like, it's getting a part 2. Like, if that bombed, it wouldn't have been greenlit for a part 2, I feel like.
What I think is more likely to happen, and don't get me wrong, you're on the right track. I think it's going to be more, they're going to start remaking everything, and it's going to be crap. It's going to be crap storm. Sorry.
It can happen. It's already happened.
We can swear on this podcast because we own this shit. It's going to be a shit storm.
Man, you're swearing more than me now.
I just swore twice, so yes. It would be a shit storm, I think, of just games.
It's true.
Companies that are trying to capitalize off of something successful. And we've seen that with trends before, with right now with the Battle Royale.
Yes.
Before that with MOBAs and CCGs and a bunch of other genres of games. It's just whatever the trendy thing is to do. People are going to try to capitalize off of it, and it's usually to the detriment of the genre, not to the benefit.
I don't know. I feel like this remake, it takes what works so well with the series.
I hope you're right.
And it's going to propel it into a modern day audience that can enjoy and experience
You're so much
the source
more positive
material.
than me.
Why?
I don't know. You're just more positive than I am.
There's been a lot of good remakes of games, but this one is going to be like so good for the horror genre.
Oh, specifically for the horror genre.
Well, yeah.
I thought you were talking about for remakes, remasters, the game industry.
I mean, this game is so huge. There's so many people who played the original Resident Evil 2, including myself. And I feel like this is the Resident Evil that fans have been waiting for years since Resident Evil 4 came out. Because we've had 5 and 6 and 7. And 7's a decent game, but 6 was dog shit. And 5 was meh. This is true survival horror. It's back.
What about 0? Was 0 any good?
It was made in the same style as the Resident Evil 1 remake, where it had the updated graphics.
Okay.
And that was a damn good remake, too. The first Resident Evil remake for GameCube. But I feel like what this game does so well is that it recognizes that there's action elements to the game that are better served by changing the camera angle.
Okay.
As well as mixing up the gameplay so that puzzles are more interactive and the story is just more personal because you're witnessing it from a over-the-shoulder perspective rather than, overhead camera angle.
So do you think we'll see more developers going back and saying, hey, maybe we could improve this? Like, this game was okay, now we can make it better, and they're going to just remake it.
And charge $60.
Yeah.
Again.
There's nothing wrong with them charging again.
Well, I mean,
it's a brand new remake from the ground up.
Well, so was Spyro. That was a trilogy of games for $40.
Well, I
Crash
understand
Bandicoot
that.
was a rebuilt from the ground up trilogy of games, $40.
So you're saying we should have Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 remade for $40?
No, I'm just saying one game for $60.
Because this game was made in the Resident Evil 7 engine, which is like, whoa. This game looks incredible.
Like, whoa.
I'm just saying, if you compare the pricing structure, it seems off to me. I don't think $60 for a remaster is worth it to me. Even though I would
have to agree with you.
I just paid $60 for new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe on the Switch.
See, I wouldn't pay $60 for that.
I paid $60 because I wanted a Mario game. I haven't played a 2D Mario game since the Super Nintendo.
That makes sense.
So I wanted one. But that's another remake remaster thing that is in right now is the Switch or the Wii U ports to Switch. That's been happening a lot. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Super Mario Kart Deluxe. Mario Bros. U Deluxe. It's the in thing right now. Yeah. I think that they can get away with charging $60. I'm not saying it's good that they are. I would have much rather seen these remakes, even the ones that I'm not interested in, priced at $40.
Yeah.
Just because they are remasters or re-releases rather than full-on remakes. Because it's just last generation games. At least Resident Evil, that was a PlayStation 1 game, and they're making it on a totally new engine, updated now. I could see that $60 compared to...
Well, that's what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah. More so than Mario being $60, which it is.
Okay.
But the only reason I'm liking that they're remastering, re-releasing so many of those old Wii U games is because nobody owned a Wii U. I didn't own a Wii or a Wii
They
U.
sold horribly.
Yeah.
I
And
actually owned one because my girlfriend made me buy one.
there were some good games on it, though, to be sure.
I mean, I barely played any of them.
I'm sure there were a lot of good games, and those are the ones that are being that are being ported right now with all the DLC.
I mean,
included
hell, the Wii U
Switch.
had remakes and remasters.
Of Wii games because nobody played.
Not just Wii games, but Zelda Wind Waker HD
Oh, that. Okay, I'm not going
and
to talk about that right now.
Twilight
since later on.
Princess as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because the Wii was not HD. That's right.
Yeah.
So they upped them to HD
Yep.
for the Wii U, which, whatever. I don't think there's a reason to have those in HD. I'm sure they're beautiful, but
I haven't played them.
I haven't either.
I mean, there's a lot of like I was looking up like remakes and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm missing out on a lot of remakes because haven't played the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
they've re-released that
And I'd
twice,
love
or
to play
remade
that.
that twice now, haven't they?
Yes.
Well, they didn't remake it twice. They ported it and remastered the graphics for PS3.
So they remastered it and then remade it.
Yeah, yeah.
One remaster, one remake.
That's the way to do
No
it.
sequel.
I own the remaster, but I never played it, and now I want to buy the remake and play it.
See, that's what I like about having remakes and remasters now. Is like a game like Shadow of the Colossus, where I never had a PS2, so I never got around to playing it. But now, since I have a PS4, I'm more inclined to be like, oh, it's remastered, it's updated for this generation. It's not like I'm going back and playing a PS2 game.
Yeah.
And so it gives me that opportunity to play it as a game that like came out now. And that's how it was with Spyro for me too. Because I played it briefly, like on the PS1 or whatever back in early 2000s, and so it's like a brand new game for me, and I love having that opportunity. But going back to like what you were saying about Resident Evil 2 and what I was trying to bring up, like developers adding things or taking things away, do you think it could go into the territory of like everyone getting pissed at George Lucas when he wanted to change everything about the old trilogy because that's how he wanted it and he couldn't do it at the time, but now he's changing it? Do you think there could be backlash?
Well,
Well, there already has been for some.
yeah. I was
Has
gonna
there?
Look at
Yes,
Call of Duty
for that
Modern Warfare 4. They remastered that. Or Modern Warfare 2. Call of
Modern
Duty
Warfare.
4
Yeah.
Modern Warfare. They remastered that and sold it exclusively with Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
And then when that came out, they added microtransactions into the remaster. And then they
never heard
had
about that.
separate separate DLC map packs for the remaster on top of the microtransactions that was already behind the paywall of a brand new game. Ridiculous, Activision. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, a really bad example is the Silent Hill 2 and 3 remasters. Apparently, I read up on it. Konami lost the source code for the original PS2 games, so they had a B studio like remake it, like from the ground up. But it turned out to be a flaming pile of shit because none of the atmospheric effects from Silent Hill, like the fog, it wasn't in the remaster.
Well, wasn't the fog in Silent Hill only there because there were technical limitations on the actual hardware?
That's true, but it added like an atmospheric, immersive element to the game.
yeah.
For a survival horror game, it made so much sense.
Oh, it's definitely to the benefit of the
yes.
game. I agree.
But for this remaster, it was
way
off the mark.
I wonder if they just thought that they would take away the fog because they didn't have the same technical limitations.
I don't know
and then
what
it just,
happened.
It didn't work out for them.
This is Konami we're talking about. So
Fuck Konami. Ori and the Blind Forest had a
the definitive edition.
definitive edition.
Yes.
Which is the reason why I haven't played that game. Because it was less than a year after Ori came out.
Yeah.
And I bought the original Ori and the Blind Forest. And then by the time I started wanting to play it, they released the definitive edition. I'm like,
Wait.
okay, I got to pay more money.
Which that's a re-release, isn't it? Because it came with the DLC.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, Game of the Year edition.
Yeah.
Like when you already buy the game and then a year later it comes out for $20 less with everything.
See, this
thrown
came
into
out
it.
for the same price as the original. And I already owned the original. And I didn't want to pay that same money again just to have the DLC. And then they took the original one off the market after a while. After a while, granted, it was quite a while. They offered for people that owned the original game, if you paid $5, you could get the definitive edition. I thought they were going to keep that in perpetuity. So I thought that I could just do it at any time. And then they took that away from me, and I didn't ever jump on it. And so now I'm just never going to play the game because I don't have the definitive edition. I've got the piece of shit edition.
Out of spite.
If something's definitive, then obviously there's something wrong with the version before it, so I'm not going to play the wrong version. I want to play the definitive version of it, and I'm not going to pay $20 for it because I paid $20 for the original.
I mean, it's that practice that really dissuaded me from buying games brand new anymore. Aside from games that I've been dying to play since I saw that they were announced.
The Game of the Year edition has made buying games day one not worth it.
It's not anymore, no.
Unless you want to play it day one.
Well, yeah, you're
you
just
don't
a beta
want to wait
tester,
a year to play a game.
You know?
Yeah, anymore. That's absolutely true. You're a beta tester for a game on day one.
That's pretty much it.
Day one patches aren't enough to fix a game
just
anymore.
Look at Fallout 76.
Oh, boy.
There are rumors that game's going free to play, which I think we all called.
Oh, actually,
I heard they shot those down.
They did.
Hard.
Did they?
Yeah.
They denied it, yeah.
For now.
For now.
It'll still go free to play. It will. There's no way people are going to pay money
I don't
for
know,
that
man.
game.
This is Bethesda. They're money hungry, you know?
Yeah, but they're not going to get it if they have a game that they're charging money for that's that bad.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's people playing it still.
I imagine there are. We have a
There's
friend.
some diehards.
There's a friend of ours that I see playing it on the PlayStation quite often.
Oh, okay.
But
It's not me.
no. The Bethesda diehards are playing that game, but I think they're starting to lose their diehard audience.
Yeah,
Which
they've
is a
definitely
shame.
lost me as a fan.
Yeah, they lost me as well. Fallout 3 made me a fan of Bethesda, and then Fallout 4 made me not a fan.
Yep, I totally agree.
I still don't know what you guys didn't like about that game.
It was boring.
Oh, it was not.
It was super boring.
The way they changed it to like a voice-acted main character is what irked me the most.
It took so much away from the feeling of living in that world.
The simplicity of the dialogue system is what really sucked about that game.
The dialogue
It took
wheel,
away a lot.
How the dialogue wheel is blown up,
Yeah.
the way it has, it does take a lot out of games for me. I prefer the KOTOR system to the the Mass Effect system.
Interesting.
For Mass Effect, the dialogue wheel worked perfectly because the game was designed around that. Like that was the key feature of the game is you'd make those choices based on those. But when you simplify the dialogue into something, and it doesn't even, a lot of times when in Fallout 4, this happened a lot to me. There were times that I was trying to say something and the choice would be completely opposite of what I actually intended
That happened to me too.
To tell the NPC.
Quite a bit, yeah.
I played that game for 10 hours and quit, and then I bought it later on sale on the PC, played it for 10 hours again, and then stopped playing it.
I managed to play through that game 100%. I wish I didn't.
I can't believe you did that.
I mean, aside from the base building mechanic, but I explored all the map, and I didn't do the DLC.
I love the idea
because of how much I
base
despise the ending of the game.
I love the idea of the base building mechanic, but it didn't seem to fit.
Didn't translate at all to the gameplay. It didn't make sense.
But that's not a remake or a remaster.
No, we just got off on a
We
tangent
went off
there.
topic again.
Tangents happen on podcasts. That's kind of the point. That's why it's a long-form video / audio thing. And that's also why we do it every 2 weeks now. So we can justify these tangents.
Exactly.
Rather than...
We just want to talk
Something
about
to hold
so
you guys
much with
through.
you guys.
There is a lot to share. And we have so much in here. Well, it's more in here than in here. At least when it comes to hate for Bethesda anymore. Sorry, it's the third time I started talking and I cut you off.
I was just gonna make a quiet little comment saying I still have faith in him.
Oh, I don't.
Because I haven't played 76 and I'm avoiding it because I don't want to have that.
You have faith in them, but you're not playing a game because you don't want to be disappointed. You don't want your faith to be misplaced, so you're just going to blindly have faith in them.
That's gold.
Oh, that is funny.
Because it's not a type of game I would play anyways. So even no matter who made it, I still wouldn't play that type of game.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I'm still excited for the next Elder Scrolls and all that. But
there's been, I wish we talked about news from time to time on this podcast because there's been
I kind of do.
Well, I mean, I wish we had a specific segment for news because I wanted to talk about Bungie.
Let's just do it right now.
This
is our podcast.
Well, we'll save it. But Bungie left Activision, and I think it's going to be a good.
That's a good thing.
Great move for them.
I wish Blizzard would leave Activision.
And the Metroid Prime 4 has been scrapped and they're starting it over.
Oh goodness!
They're starting it over from scratch with a new company.
I'm
with
happy.
Retro making them.
I'm really happy with this.
Retro has been killing it with a lot of games. So
they know what they're doing over there.
I have faith.
Metroid Prime Trilogy was amazing. I hope that gets re-released on Switch. I would love to play that again before Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
Before we get to actually what other remasters and remakes, I do want to talk about that. Probably at length. I think that's going to be most of what this podcast is. I do want to talk about one more that really caught me off guard, and that was the Tomb Raider when they rebooted Tomb Raider in 2013.
Yeah.
I think it's 2013.
Yeah, I think so.
Sounds about right.
And then in 2014, they released another definitive edition of that game and sold it at full price.
Oh.
That's
a no-no.
Especially on PC. Why would they re-release it as a separate? I mean, the graphics on the PC version of the rebooted Tomb Raider, they were phenomenal. It crashed my computer. Her hair crashed my computer. I've told that story a few times now, but her hair crashed my computer.
The hair was really good in that.
And then the following year, they remaster it, and re-release it.
Which is the one I got. Because I hadn't got it previously. So
that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's the same generation even.
I mean, they did that for the Batman Arkham games.
But that was as a collection.
Yeah, but they had the cover plastered like 9 out of 10, incredible.
Yeah, that was funny.
Like the box was covered in more like critic reviews than actual knowledge about the game.
This game behind us is my favorite
This is a good
remaster.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's such a good remaster.
I was really against it at first because I loved the Flash version, and it took me a long time to get into this version.
Yeah,
and
it took you watching me stream it.
Yeah, I did actually. Seeing how much fun
Twitch.tv/pushing buttons.
Nice.
I was going to say, though, at least with Tomb Raider, it was to coincide with it being on the new consoles. Because it was PS3 and 360. And then when they ported it to the One and the PS4, that's when the definitive edition came out for those ones. So at least, there's some sense behind it. It's for the owners of those consoles who maybe didn't have a 360 or a PS3.
Did they put those remasters or those definitive editions, whatever they were called, on the old consoles as well? Like they did.
Not that I'm aware of.
So I guess it just bugs me as a PC gamer that already bought the game full price on PC.
Gotcha.
That's what bugged me about it, is that less than a year later, they came out with another version of the same game at the same price with the same level of detail.
Yeah.
And
See, with consoles, it was more of a change because the stuff they added to the definitive edition, they couldn't have in the previous generation.
Gotcha.
So that's why they couldn't go back and patch those, and they released the definitive edition because it was stuff that was specifically for those next generation consoles at the time.
So, avoiding talking about all the re-releases of Skyrim, what about all the remasters, re-releases of other franchises like Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Mario Bros., Tetris, all those old ones? Yay or nay?
Those I don't have an opinion on.
I played the Zelda Ocarina of Time remake for 3DS.
Oh, yeah?
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I want to play the Majora's Mask one because I hear they make a lot of changes to the gameplay.
Oh, cool.
Because a lot of the questing in that game, it's time-based.
Yeah.
And it was a pain in the ass to manage as a 10-year-old.
That sucks.
You couldn't get through it without a strategy guide, basically. But they made so many improvements to the time manipulation system and the quests. It made it a lot easier to complete the game naturally, which is what I think a remake should do, or a remaster, that type of thing.
I draw the line with games like franchises like Sonic the Hedgehog re-releasing on mobile.
Yeah.
I don't think a touchscreen is the way to play. There's no accurate way of playing Sonic the Hedgehog that is a speed-based platformer with touchscreen controls. It just doesn't work. And Super Mario Run, that cash grab attempt that Nintendo did.
The iOS game.
That was horrible.
Yeah, I played that once for like 10 minutes.
I played
I
played the free version of it, and I was like, I can see.
I think it's still on my phone, though. It's just in a folder, like on the back
Never
page.
Touch. All right, I can see that we're just going to start bitching about stuff because that's the way that I always end up talking about stuff on this podcast. So before let's avoid that altogether. And what remasters, remakes, re-releases do you guys want to see? Because there are several that I would love to see. Especially in the age of the Switch right now. All the old Nintendo 64 stuff that I haven't been able to play since the N64. Like Super Mario 64. As you were saying, both of the Legend of Zelda games.
Yes.
I would love to give Majora's Mask a new attempt.
That's a great game.
I haven't played it since then, and I stopped playing it. I owned it when I bought that expansion pack thing that you had to put to expand the memory of the N64. I bought that specifically for that game.
I think that came with Donkey Kong 64.
And I never played
or
Donkey
Perfect
Kong
Dark,
64.
maybe. Perfect Dark. One of the two.
I don't think it came with Perfect Dark because I played the crap out of that game before I had that, I thought.
Oh, okay.
But Donkey Kong, that sounds right. I would love to play Super Mario 64 on the Switch.
I don't know if that should be remade.
Even if they add an emulator for the N64 on the Switch and re-released it as it was originally made, and just made it so you control the camera with a thumbstick rather than four separate buttons.
I feel like there are certain games
I want to play it again.
That shouldn't be remade.
I want to play it again though. I can't play it now.
Well, I mean, you don't want to play the terrible Nintendo DS version.
I tried.
Yeah, it was like
no, that was I didn't like the little.
I had that.
I didn't like
that
the
was terrible.
thumb nub. I hated the thumb nub on the 3DS.
Yeah, that was horrible. Yeah.
I don't know the slider pad thing, analog.
I just feel like there's certain games that shouldn't be remade because they kind of represent the time that they're made in.
Yeah, but what about people that want to play them again? Don't have those old consoles. I have my N64.
Well, that was the point I was making earlier with Resident Evil. Like these developers might go back now and start remaking games that you don't want remade.
Oh no, but Resident Evil deserves to be remade because it's like
I know, but I'm saying you said it's going to set a precedent now for the industry. I'm saying so. What if people do this now and they start remaking those games you don't want remade?
Then I won't play them.
You loved Super Mario. You love Super Mario Odyssey though, right?
I did.
What if they made?
I mean, some things aside, but
what if they remade Super Mario 64 with the controls and the physics in Super Mario Odyssey, but didn't keep the hat, but kept everything else true to how?
I mean, it'd
Mario
just be
64
like
was.
playing Super Mario Odyssey again, but with different levels. And plus, you kind of already go back to that Super Mario 64 level at the end of the game.
You go to the castle, which is a lot different, but you don't have the actual game. I want to play that game again.
I would love to play that as well. Yeah.
You never played Super Mario 64.
I have not, no.
So you don't have that same level.
Whoa.
Sorry, microphone. And you did, though, right, Robert?
64?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never beat it, but I used to play it all the time.
Wouldn't that be great to go back and say, I finally beat Super Mario 64?
I would love to. Well, I don't know. I feel like it'd be really difficult. I suck at platformers, but I always had fun just messing around and trying to do it, you know.
I would love to play that. I would love to play a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time again. I have no way of playing that without downloading an illegal emulator, and I choose not to do that.
That's a good point.
I have no way of playing those games. I would love to.
The ones that I would love to see remade, and I honestly don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I would love to see KOTOR 1 and 2.
I'd like to see them, like, graphically. I'd like to see how they're done.
Because I haven't played them since, probably like 2004, 2005.
They've probably aged horribly.
And
they still play pretty well on the PC.
Oh.
I gotta say. I go back every now and then and never get past Terrace. Because when you don't have a lightsaber in that game's not fun. Except the first time you play it. The first time you play it, it is.
Yeah, that was not fun.
I remember it being fun. But yeah, it's on Xbox Game Pass, or I could buy it on the Xbox and play it. But I think I'd be more inclined to and more excited to if it was remade and now it looks like it's from the modern age. Maybe the controls are a little smoother.
See, that's when I go back to what Kyle said, that was a definitive game for its time. And since you can play it in its original form on current consoles, it's
and iOS too, I think.
Yeah, that's stupid.
No,
that is so
don't want to play it on there.
That is so bad.
The other one,
we'll have a whole episode on mobile gaming at some point.
Eventually,
yeah.
But the other one, just quickly off the wall, is Destroy All Humans.
That'd be fun.
1 and 2. Like if you just packaged them for like $30 or $40, I would buy the hell out of that. I love that game.
I've never played those. My younger brother did, Josh.
I never played the second one, but the first one, it was like one of my favorite Xbox
I heard it's
games.
pretty fun from him.
It's hilarious.
It was fun.
And I want to play. It's on the Xbox too, though. I don't think it's in Game Pass, but
the Xbox 2?
The Xbox 2. I have it. It's not out yet. You guys don't know about it. I have
Sequel to Xbox One, Xbox 2.
I mean,
I might break down and buy it one of these days, but it's $20, so I haven't wanted to. Yeah.
Wow, that's steep.
Yeah.
Is that on Steam, Kevin? I don't know. You know.
Anal probes, man.
Whoa.
Anal probes.
That took a turn.
I mean, it's a.
You want to experience that
No,
moment
you have
again.
a gun and you go boom, and you go bloop,
Boop and bloop, no poop.
no poop.
He's picturing it.
Now you get it. Now
Oh, now I understand. Nice.
There it is. That's my reaction.
Nice. Did you hear that apparently EA has pulled BioWare off of KOTOR like several times now?
I did hear that.
They've canceled from making a KOTOR 3 several times now.
I'm not
Well, I've heard
surprised.
they've wanted to, and they keep saying no.
That might be.
Yeah.
You know, EA's just opposed to making good Star Wars games
Yeah.
with their Disney license.
Yep.
I think Disney should just step in and be like, you suck, and just take
Yeah.
it away from them.
They've been taking such care with like the film franchise and the TV shows and especially the comic books and books.
Mm-hmm.
And the video game side is like really faint. Like I saw
Yeah.
like a picture graph online
I saw that too, yeah.
of all the games that were released in like
A 6-year
yeah,
period.
6-year period, and
Yeah,
now in
from
I
like
saw
LucasArts,
that too.
yeah.
It was
the whole 6 years
embarrassing.
or 4 years that EA's had it,
Embarrassing.
2 games.
No, they've had it for 6 years. They've had it since 2013.
Horrible.
Or 2014, maybe.
So that'd be
bad.
4 or 5 years.
Well,
Not
5
to
or 6
mention,
years.
they
Yeah.
butchered all these
2019
game
now.
studios making these awesome Star Wars
No
games
shit.
that people would have bought the hell out of,
Yeah.
including me.
I would have not died. I would. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt right now. Support the troops.
Yeah, support the EA troops.
No, that's
The
not-
people that got, axed by EA.
Okay, yeah.
Support those
Yeah.
people. Like Visceral Games.
I would love a single player Star Wars game to play again. It's
Yeah.
been so long.
I still have dreams of playing 1313.
That would have been fantastic. The last
Yeah.
single player Star Wars game I can remember playing was probably The Force Unleashed 2, and that game was horrid.
Oh my god, when was that?
2009?
10 years ago?
Yeah, I think it's 2009.
Jesus.
Force Unleashed, the first one was fantastic. The second
That
one
was a
was
fun game.
trash. The second
Oh,
one
it was?
horrible.
Oh, I didn't play it.
The like core mechanics were still there, but the story was just terrible. It was fucking awful.
You
It
know what
was
should be
bad.
remade? Republic Commando.
Oh,
Yes.
That would be badass.
Yes.
that's on Xbox 2 too.
With multiplayer.
You know what they would do?
That would be
though?
awesome
if
as hell.
EA had that. If EA had that, they would make it strictly a battle royale game. There would be no single player campaign.
If it was Republic Commando, I'd be down for that.
What?
That was a great game.
You would
That
play a
game
battle
was
royale.
battle royale
If they
Star
took
Wars
out,
game.
If they took out the Republic Commando single player game and just put a Republic.
Oh, I thought you meant with that as the single player.
Well, they would probably end up having to.
I mean,
but
think of like squads of 4 people, and they're like clearing rooms like the squad in Republic Commando. That'd be so fun.
yeah, but that's not what a battle royale is. I mean, it kind of is. but,
You can pair up with friends and be a squad in a battle royale game.
yeah, but I don't know if that would work so well in the Star Wars theme because there aren't hundreds of factions. There's in each setting. Typically, there's 2 factions. Typically.
Well, no,
in
just make like a
canonical
mashup
Star
of all the
Wars.
different generations of Star Wars
See,
in
but
one
that-
game.
EA is so against breaking
Fun.
canon
Yeah.
and fun.
Fun.
Like, nobody would want a pink Darth Vader, and then all of a sudden it was like the most downloaded mod for Battlefront 2.
Yeah, that's been stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, EA.
When the Force Awakens was leading up to its release, there was so much hype behind Star Wars. After it came out and leading up to Rogue One and The Last Jedi, so much hype with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And what did they do? They released 2 turds of a game that were like the single player campaign. I was stoked for the single player campaign to be in Battlefront 2. I was so happy that there was going to be one finally.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of other
And it was
Star
trash.
Wars games being remade, I think Bounty Hunter would be awesome.
I never got to play
If
that
it
because I didn't
was-
own
I
a
didn't either.
GameCube or PS2 at the time.
If it was remade to be like 1313, that'd be
See, that's why I was
badass.
looking forward to 1313 so
Yeah.
much, is because I never got to play the Bounty Hunter game. And
It was fun.
I think a redone version of not Empire at War, that was the other one, Galactic Battlegrounds, the RTS.
RTS, yes.
That'd be great if they remastered that one with, like, the same way that StarCraft 1 got remastered.
Yeah.
I think that would be fantastic.
I mean, speaking of Blizzard games, I'm looking forward to the Warcraft 3 remake that they're releasing this year.
Apparently, Diablo 4 is more of an MMO than prior Diablo games, so I'm not looking forward to Diablo 4 anymore.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I played the crap out of every Diablo game, and I think 4 will be the first one that I don't give much of a chance.
How about you, Robert? What else would you want to see remade?
Well, I gave 2.
Oh, I guess that's par for the course.
I was listening to you. I wasn't thinking of it.
I mean,
that'd be an answer I could see you giving.
No.
Oh.
I would like to see some more like those forgotten gems that were missed out on.
Such as?
Well, there's like Metal Arms glitch in the system. My younger brother told me that actually. Like that was a game he would love to see remade. Me personally, I would love to see Dead Space remade.
That won't
with
happen.
like modern day graphics. Oh my god,
It's
won't
still
happen.
a good looking game.
It really is.
It's still a fantastic
incredibly
game,
good looking.
But man, it would be sexy as hell if it got 4K treatment.
It wouldn't happen. It won't happen.
I know, but man, I can dream.
If they do, they'll make it a multiplayer game.
It's a bug.
Because EA has the rights to it. Just a fan of.
I know
the
EA
show.
is like killing all my dreams lately.
That's what EA is good at.
Yeah.
But
Dream
with
killers.
Remake 2, if it's successful, we're definitely going to see Resident Evil 3.
I'd imagine so.
Be absolutely incredible. I couldn't contain the excitement. It just came out on its own. Like Resident Evil 3 with Nemesis, that'd be so cool, man. And then Resident Evil Code Veronica too. That would be great to see
My
remade.
neck.
Because that game wasn't the best. It had a good story, but the gameplay was kind of meh.
Yeah.
But that would be sweet as hell.
Halo tried remastering to a dud.
That was a
rating.
great collection.
I never played it.
Yeah, most people didn't like it.
I thought there was like a lot of controversy because the
There was.
multiplayer didn't work.
It was about the multiplayer, not the
Gotcha.
single player.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, multiplayer doesn't matter.
No.
In a first-person shooter.
No.
Are they-
I don't
Halo
like-
is about the overarching story.
So if there was like one game,
To
that
most
you-
people, it's about the
if there's
online.
Those
one
people are
game
stupid.
you would be dying to see remade, like your favorite game, like what would you want remade about it?
Like done differently.
Yeah,
I don't think I have an answer for that, honestly. I think my answer to what game I want to have remastered the most or re-released is Super Mario 64. I'm dying to play that game again. I really, really want to play that game again. That game came out in 1996. I was 8 years old. And I got it for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
No. I got Zelda for Christmas. I got Mario. I think it was either around my birthday or for my birthday or for my brother's birthday or something.
You got it for your brother's birthday?
I obtained it during my brother's birthday or my birthday, or maybe it was, I don't know. But it was. You'd think that the way I was building out the story, that it'd be more memorable. I forgot all the important details about it, but I remember loving that game so much.
That's what's important.
And every time I played the crap out of that game, my brother and I actually got to the point where we took every save file and got it up to 100%.
Nice.
Because we loved that game so much. And it was one game that you don't have any siblings, right?
I have a brother.
Did you grow up together, and is he older than you?
He's 10 years older than me.
Oh, so not okay. So quite a bit older.
Yeah, we weren't really.
You have a brother that's about the same age as my older brother.
yeah.
So we had. Did you ever have the issue of your brother saying you're playing it wrong? Give me the controller, or something to that effect?
No, because my older brother and I didn't really play games together, but my younger brother and I, yes, because he would borrow my console to play Grand Theft Auto when he was 12.
Did you?
And I get pissed at him because he was hogging the console and I wanted to play. And then he even went so far as when borrowing my GameCube, he broke it. And I was really pissed. I was like, to this day, I wish I still had my GameCube.
I thought you were gonna say to this day I still am pissed at him. I'm like, you guys just played a way out together, man.
Oh, no, I love him. Yeah, he's my favorite person.
Aww.
None taken. I guess what I was getting at is that was one game that I remember actually telling my brother, no, I want to beat this myself. Mm-hmm. And that's one of my fonder memories because that's when he started, I think, respecting me as a person and as a gamer. And
You stood up for yourself.
yeah. And I love my brother. I'm not going to ever say otherwise. But that was one time that I had enough. And I remember playing that game and beating it for myself. And as an 8-year-old, it felt really good to beat a game that felt that big and that epic. Because at the time, that was like the first 3D game on a console that I had ever played.
I mean, this is kind of the same thing I have with Resident Evil series. Because my older brother, he would play Resident Evil 1 and 2, the originals. And I would watch him play, and I was so scared. And
we can't see you talking with your hand.
Eventually...
Other hand. Use your other hand.
Holding wine. He's holding a wine glass. Eventually.
Eventually.
Karate chop.
I was able to muster the courage to play it myself, and that was a great gaming moment.
It was no longer too spooky for
I played
Kyle.
through the entire Resident Evil series up to 4 because I was so excited to play that game. It was incredible. Speaking of Resident Evil 4, that's had a lot of re-releases too.
Yeah?
Yeah, the best version is the Wii version. Because of the Wii point of controls. They're really good. Make the game more fun.
I don't mean to cut you off, but we're going to start wrapping this up now.
Oh!
Real quick. I just had a thought of like something that should be remade because it originally sucked.
And what was that?
Aliens Colonial Marines. If that was remade by a better studio.
So you don't even have to remake it. You
The
just
one
have to
justification.
for the PC, you just have to go into one of the INI files and correct a typo, and apparently the game is how it was supposed to be
Or you
without
can just
the
mod
graphics.
it. You can mod it too.
I don't think that's worth the effort.
That does.
But yeah, that game was horrible, and yeah, it was bad.
Imagine just like someone taking it over and being like, "Hey, we're gonna remake this and make it good." I'd be okay with that.
So bad remakes of games that came out a year prior. Don't do it. Games that came out decades prior that were fan favorites and beloved and cherished by kids that stood up to their older brother. Re-release those,
Yes.
please.
Yes. Like Resident Evil. Yes. More of that, please.
Yes, please.
Yes.
And we actually know what we're going to talk about next week,
Yes.
and I'm excited.
It's gonna be a
about this.
good one.
What are we talking about?
Yes.
I already
We're
it was my idea.
We are all going to be playing games that we would normally that we don't want to play.
That
like,
we
at
hate!
all. Yes.
The criteria are games that we would normally never play, but we're going to try to step outside
That we
of our
think
comfort zone.
suck and would not fulfill us in a joyful way.
You're going way too far with it. It's not that. Just games that are outside of our comfort zone.
Yes.
Games that I hate.
And we are challenging you to do the same.
Yes.
Play a game that you would normally never play and let us know how that goes. And in 2 weeks' time, we will be letting you know how our experiences went.
You know what I'm going to hate the most about this?
Playing a game that you hate, that sucks, you hate.
That I have to play instead of a game that I like.
Yeah, you don't have to play it that much.
You don't have to play a game that
No,
you think you would hate.
I finish the game if I play it.
You don't have to play
Wow.
a game.
I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to try to.
I'm not
Whew.
either. You don't have
That's
to play.
a tall ask.
Okay, let me get
That's
this
tall ass.
into
Yes.
you. Title of my sex tape. Kyle,
I want to be a part of this.
You don't have to play a game that you would hate and that you think you're going to hate. Just play a game that's outside of your norm. That's all I'm saying. That's all this is.
That goes for you too.
They understand. I'm making sure you understand as well. Just a game that's outside of your norm. Or your Tom or your Frank.
Oh, I don't want to. Should we tell them right now what we hate? I kind of want to do that.
I think that we've been talking about it for the last how many months have we been doing this?
Plus, I'm
8
still
months.
I don't know.
8 months.
I hate sandbox resource survival games like Don't Starve, Rust, Minecraft, those kind of games. I can't stand them.
I'll gift you a copy of Don't Starve.
I already own it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
We'll talk about that next week.
Aside
though.
from
Or
sports
2
games.
weeks from today.
I'm not doing that. Don't worry.
I got to get it out of my head that this
We're
this
not
is no longer a
weekly
weekly
anymore.
show. But you can't
Wait,
keep up with us.
What,
Just say
what
we
games
do have
are
a
out of
weekly
your
show.
comfort zone?
I don't know.
To give them a taste of next episodes, 2 weeks away. What games don't you not get enjoyment from?
Games that are super difficult.
Challenging games
Yes.
like Dark Souls.
For me, it's anything online
That
or
could
anything
qualify.
anything online or anything that makes normal people want to drink Mountain Dew while they're playing it.
Do the do.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
Game Fuel.
But you can keep up with us. As Robert was saying, there is a weekly show that we
Yes.
have. Have You Played is a weekly series that I've been doing of a usually indie video game that maybe you have heard of, maybe you haven't. You probably haven't played it. And
I know I haven't.
I've loved sharing these games. Just today, at the time of recording this, was Death State, which is a bullet hell roguelike that I got a lot more enjoyment out of than I expected. And check that out at our YouTube channel.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Yeah.
And
Every Friday.
to keep up with us more frequently than that, hopefully, depending on how good we are with social media, which hasn't been good up to this point. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
We need to hire someone younger than us to do our social media for us.
Somebody who was born after the year 1992.
Oh, your daughter can do it.
There we go.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, totally.
There you go.
A little over 2, but yeah, she knows her way around
She
the
was
phone.
born after 92, so I guess she fits the criteria. You made yourself snort.
What?
You snorted when you left.
I did?
It sounded like it.
I missed it. I'm going to have to watch this back.
You might have to timestamp that. Edit it out.
7:23 p.m.
Kyle snort.
There's totally a reference of 7:23. No, look right there. It's 1 hour or 1 minute. 59 seconds.
I think we
got a ways to go.
For an hour 59 then.
No, it's okay.
I mean, I have more to talk about.
Hit us up on Twitter at PushingButtonsP. I am ImpulseG66.
I am too spooky for Robert with the numbers.
Monumentous Kyle.
Follow our YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our Twitch channel. I almost said ImpulseG66.
Wait,
that's my Twitter.
What are you talking about?
What?
It's twitch.tv/pushingbuttons.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go follow.
Also,
subscribe.
check out our soon-to-be Instagram, TBD.
It's
TBD.
TBD. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Hopefully it actually happens. It might not, or if it does, it might not be soon. But yeah, follow us everywhere. Subscribe everywhere. Talk to us. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment down here in this video and or audio that you're listening to / watching right now.
Click
And
subscribe.
Just tell a friend about us because we love talking to people and we want more people to talk to and to talk with us.
We're lonely.
Thank you. Well, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself there, big boy.
I don't go talk to my daughter.
I just called you big boy.
Yeah, you did.
I don't like how comfortable I felt with that. Anyway, until next time. Kyle's staring blankly.
What?
You're just staring so blankly. Anyway, bye. Thank you
Adios.
for listening and watching.
Bye.
Love you.